Oh, recording in progress.
There we go. I can even move. I'll even move you closer.
Oh, good. Yes, me too. Me too. Me too. Well, hi, Erica.
Hey, Dave, how are you doing today?
I'm so excited.
Oh, are you happy to be home from your last cruise?
Yes, it was really fun. I
Yeah.
mean, we missed a few ports, but that happens sometimes when you're on a sea cruise. Less so on a river cruise. But I'm really excited. We're getting so many requests and bookings and interest in our mastering group sales workshop with Amadeus.
Oh, that's awesome. I know I've been having so much fun playing with some of the Facebook ads where we've been getting a lot of great responses as well.
Yeah, we have. It's really exciting. And
Yeah.
I think the the overwhelming question, comment, topic of conversation, people are really excited that this is a hands-on session. Like they're not just going to be sitting in a room listening to people talk and tell them what to do and to go home and do it on their own. We're going to be taking them step by step on a group of their own choosing to walk them through all of the tools that we use, not telling them what we use, but showing them using templates that they can use immediately to apply to the group that they use. And I'm struggling sometimes to find the terminology to describe what we're doing because nobody else is really doing this. So the fact that our attendees, students, fellow agents, again, what do we call them, are going to choose a group that they want to promote to work on while they're in our class. And then they're going to be able to apply the things that we're teaching them and showing them to that actual group. The Canva marketing that we're going to show them how to make, the landing web pages for Travefy and for Canva and for Traveljoy for that matter, to create booking pages that they're actually going to make these things with us and not just be told, okay, go home and do this, go home and do that. I mean, there's so much we're going to do. I was looking I was looking at the syllabus that you wrote on like all of the classes that we're going to be teaching.
Yeah.
I hope people understand they're not going on a river cruise that will have a little talk that they sit and listen to someone say, uh, this is how you make a Pinterest, or this is how you make a reel, and then go home and do it on your own.
Hmm.
They're going to be working a morning class, some lunchtime, free time, an afternoon class, evening sessions where we get together in the lounge and we go over some stuff and we have some back and forth. We'll have fun for sure. But it's like every day is full of classes. When we go into port, they're not going to be going on tours where they're just like, oh, there's a church and here's this castle. We're going to do content and
Hmm.
we're going to have professional photographers there. We're going to be teaching them how to make photos that they can use over and over for all sorts of European ports, not just a specific port. They're going to be posting from the course and from the class, not just being told, okay, this is what you do. I mean, it's exciting. And people
It
are like,
is.
are we really going to do all that? We're like, yeah, you're really going to do all that.
Yeah. And I know I've been asked a few times as well of, can we really do everything in 5 days? And absolutely, with the templates and everything that we're going to have pre-made
Yeah.
for you, we're going to show you how easy it is so that when you get done with the class and you go home and you're promoting your group and you're ready to promote your next group, you're going to be able to repeat the process that you
Burned
learned
over.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, where's my whip? Yes, you're gonna do all of that work. I'm sure I'll pack it. But yeah, I think that was I had a great call today with Travefy. They are so excited to be partnering with us. They're also going to create loads of templates for our students and attendees to use and to take home and to
Mhm.
apply. And I think what also people are surprised, I don't know, we know how it can be. There's a lot of information and you don't always see everything.
Mhm.
They were not realizing that there's also 3 webinars before we even get to the ship and start the
Yes.
course. And then there's 3 webinars afterwards to go back and check on their progress and to tweak
Yeah.
things. So Stephanie was asking me, well, tell me about the webinars. I'm like, well, the first webinar, Stephanie, you're going to be at, because we're going to go over all the tools that we're using, Canva, Travefy, Travel Joy, Facebook, and make sure that people, A, are signed up to them and signed up correctly. If they're not, we're getting a special discount code from Travefy for people who have not used it before to go in and give it a try. We're going to make sure that if they don't have a Facebook business page that they can run ads from, Chris and you are going to help them make sure that that's set up properly.
Yep.
So there's going to be that first webinar that's all about the tools.
Mhm.
And that's also where we make sure that everybody who's signed up is in our special Facebook groups, because we have 2, right? We have
Mhm.
the practical one where we're going to do the technical stuff and the back and forth exchanges, answering questions. But then we have the media training Facebook group.
Which is really exciting.
It is really fun. And um, that we're going to have people practicing before they get to the ship and uploading videos to our media training Facebook group so they get comfortable being like, hi.
And it'll
But
be a safe space where we won't
absolutely.
critique. It'll just be a safe space because we both know that the more you practice in a safe environment, not live, the easier it comes to actually talking when you need to go live and when you
Yes.
need to use it for your business.
Yes. And the great thing about it is all we're going to ask people to do is to upload a video of themselves, a short 2-minute video every day for 30 days. And it can be about anything. First, of course, will be the introductory one, but it could be about something they're the next day. It'll be like, I'm working with this client or this, anything, just so
Mhm.
they get used to filming themselves and uploading it. And
Mhm.
I'm sure there'll be lots of commentary like,
Yeah.
oh, I
Plus,
like
it'll be a great way to get to meet everybody, and maybe you'll find, some great peers that you're going to want to connect with on the ship because maybe they enjoy certain things you enjoy, or really like to specialize in certain areas of travel, or maybe it's someone from your consortia that you never even met before.
exactly. Yes, yes. And that's exciting too, because we're getting a lot of signups from different travel agent hosts and consortiums. And it's really nice to get feedback.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying today, I was having a chat with someone and they're like, I go to a lot of these functions
Mhm.
and I sit there and sometimes I'm asking myself, why am I paying to sit here just to listen to advertisements when I'm not doing anything and
Mhm.
I'm learning something? And there's something that's important. We think that everyone offers something and there's always something positive. But how many friends do we have that have lists of things that they have from a trip they went on last year and they still haven't done anything about it? So
Mhm.
they're like, I really need action. So that's what the first webinar will be to do to get them set up for that success. Then our
Mhm.
second webinar is going to be group training, where Marcus is going to come on and talk all about Amadeus's group policies. And we're going to talk to people about how to pick the right groups to promote. We want them to start off successful.
And don't forget the most exciting part. We exclusively are going to have access to all of the 2027 itineraries.
Yeah.
No one
Before
else
they're
will have
even,
access to
yeah,
them. They
yeah.
aren't going to be published. We get exclusive access. So you're going to have a couple weeks to think about what itinerary you're most excited about. And like you said, Dave, we're going to help guide people on what are kind of things to think about and consider when you're picking your next group. But we're going to have unlimited access to all of the itineraries, which is super exciting.
I'm excited to throw this course just to get my hands on those 2027 dates because I already know what I'm going to do in 2027. And yeah, we're going to talk to people about our strategies for picking groups. I start 2 years out and I'm going to talk to people about why. and about Amadeus's flexibility and how good they are to work with, to the point where I'm filling their ships with my groups. I just had another sold out Christmas market sailing for this December, and I already started on my 2026 Christmas market sailing. Within like what, a month, I've already filled almost half the ship. So there are strategies that we're going to talk about in choosing the right group that help lead it towards success. And then we'll send out their sheets where they can pick what group they want Amadeus to form for them that they can work on during the class.
And for someone that maybe doesn't work as far out as I know you do, Marcus and the Amadeus team are also going to have some closer in sailings
Absolutely.
available in 25 and 26 that really need help filling. And so there might be some special rates available.
Mhm, mhm.
And just know, you're working on a more compressed timeline, but the steps still work if you're an agent that likes to sell things, 12 months out versus
Yes, yes.
36 months out.
And I think it's also important to know that people will have freedom to, you know, clearly we're going to be on the Amadeus Nova, that amazing new ship. Clearly, we're going to have extra access to Amadeus and their sailings. But some people, like I was talking with one agent, and she says, I'm not sure that I'm ready to do a river cruise. I would like to do a land program. No problem. You can also choose whatever kind of group you want to work with. And we know enough about all of the different providers. If somebody wants to do like a Brendan vacation group or a Globus group, that's also fine. We'll also go over that with you before you get there to make sure that you've chosen what you want. The group contract is ready to go, and you can use that group in the class just as well as an Amadeus. Maybe you want to do an ocean group, maybe you want to do an NCL group. Like, I'm excited about your big NCL group, and for you to talk to people about how you turned that into such a successful, fun, great group. So there's lots of opportunities. That's going to be covered in that second webinar before we even get there. Our
Mhm.
third webinar is going to be kind of like last minute questions, suggestions for what we've seen in the responses to questions that we're getting. And then we
Mhm.
get there and we do the actual program.
Yeah.
But then they're not finished with us, because we're going to
Mhm.
do those 3 post
Yeah.
session webinars where we ask people for their feedback of what's working for them. And
Mhm.
we try to help them if something's not working exactly the way that they thought it would, how to tweak it, how to expand it as people are getting um, deposits, which
Mhm.
we hope it will work the way it works for us. I mean, we
Yeah.
do this formula now all the time.
Mhm.
I know, oops, hi there, yes. We're always getting notices of another client call and another client appointment. But,
Mhm.
when we do our groups and we follow this procedure, I know that I hit send on my emails inviting people to a group, and the first deposit sometimes comes in like 2 minutes.
Mhm.
Now, I know that doesn't work for everyone, but how fun will it be for us to watch some of our students? It will happen for some people.
It will.
And
It
it might
will.
take a day, it might take a week for some of them, but I know that when people get actually proficient in presenting and marketing and getting their group out there, they're going to get deposits from this class. And I
And
want to see how many come during the class.
I know I'm super excited. And for anyone who's nervous about not having a big email list, we're going to help you with that too, because not
Absolutely.
everybody has, years worth of experience and has a big email list. So we're going to show you things that you can do that don't even need to have a big email list to
Right.
still get traction on your group.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I know that among our friends and colleagues, people think, oh, Dave, you're selling so much. You must have a huge email list. And it's not that big. And it hasn't really changed in a number of years. It's about how I engage with that list. It's how I present the excitement for a group so that it builds. And it's also important for people to know that large groups all started with a small kernel. When I started doing my groups, I had a budget of like $400 for everything. And I just picked something that was easy, that got people to come along, and then it just kept growing. Okay, now, yes, I'm filling ships and it's nice to have big numbers, but it doesn't happen overnight. But it is a process, and it is repeatable, and it is something we can teach people to do. And
Absolutely.
you're also a great example. I mean, your groups are growing and growing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we can let them in on one little secret, right? We always say, and you've always said, when it comes to starting your next group, you should pick a trip that you're really passionate about and excited about, because you're going to want to dig in, learn more about every, inch and nook and cranny of that trip and that itinerary. And then it's going to come across as so exciting, and people are just going to want to join because of that passion that you're showing.
Yeah, and that is key. I mean,
Yeah.
I always tell people, you can't expect other people to be excited about something that you're not excited about. But that's all stuff. There's a lot of things that we're going to cover in this course that are not just how you do this. We're going to be sharing years of experience, observations, and real people to people
Yep,
topics and tips.
exactly.
And I think a lot of people out there think that someone else is always doing it better and always has the super secret. It's not really true.
Nope.
And so I think we're going to humanize this as well as make them work.
Make them work, absolutely. Because there is no magic pill, right? There is work. There's a lot of steps, and you have to do all the steps, because I can tell you, when you don't do all the steps, when you skip a few,
It
it
shows.
doesn't work.
It shows. It shows. And it comes down to having somebody show you how to put it all together, because people get caught up in, oh, I don't know how this works, or I don't know how to do that. Or they don't feel creative and they want someone to give them some templates and help them. I know I steal a lot of templates from you.
Well, we constantly improve those templates, and that's why it's exciting to get to be able to share those and talk a little bit about AI for those of us that aren't as creative when it comes to writing and language. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, it's just gonna be so neat to see it come together for everybody that's sailing with us.
Absolutely. And with that said, we have 1 minute. We have to get to our Oasis Travel Network weekly webinar, because our favorite Amadeus vice president, Marcus Lescavar,
He's
is
gonna
there.
be there.
Yeah, so we have to go over there and be like, hey, Marcus. All right, well, it was great talking to you, and I think we should do this some more to let
Mhm.
people know all about what's happening in our very, very exciting Mastering Group Sales Workshop, which is going to be on the Amadeus Nova, March 7th to 12th, 2025, round trip from Vienna. We could not make it more easy and exciting and accessible. So if you would like more information, go to rivercruisekingacademy.com or drop us a line, Dave@rivercruiseking.com, or
Erica, Erika, at journeywitherica.com.
awesome. All right. Bye, everybody.
See you.
Ciao.